because I'm stuck. Let's see. The Missing Issue of Piketty by Cicely Sanchez. Attracted of potential. Please don't tell me. That's the freaking. Please don't be the name. I want to be so upset. Okay. Not it. The freaking conspiracy theories. I do not remember the name of it. It was. I have to go back to Chris. How did I? What was the freaking name? That's not it. Oh, what was the? I don't remember. Oh, I freaking do remember. Chris. Oh, what's your freaking website? It was. This. What's the name of the site? The Art of Roottree. Go to use an ISP offering email services. What was it? By searching for their screen name. Oh, wait. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going back to this. Let's search this again. How did I find this? You can. Let's go back. Let's go to the archives. Where did I get that from? Let's go to. I don't think I can get pictures from any of this. I don't even remember this.
blazed a spark of light that ever brightly shone.
Gem and diamond.
Starting days, imparting wisdom to conquer life unknown. Though someday she'd depart in part, I'd never be alone. In my heart I'll always be the son of...
Huh. Cousins. I do remember that. Okay. No, I have no idea. The Roottree curse. Okay. During your initial search, you came across Thomas Overwood's conspiracy page. Let's highlight you before I forget. Alright, I can save it and this will always bring me back. So, let's search you. Oh, never mind. About the Roottrees, 8 months later, the page still exists and is thriving. The visitor counter has reached 7 digits. Many older articles have been replaced. It seems that the recent uprising and Roottree news has left Thomas with a constant stream of events to base new theories on. More than one of his theories involve Roottree deaths being fake, according to Overwood. Statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in the family, the odds are that one of them faked their death. It's just math. This newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with a post mentioning he's begun believing the guy's not dead theory. In his own words, my eyes have been opened. All of this is beginning to make too much sense. One of his posts details the belief that Ron Roottree is still in charge. Gwen's Roottree's death was fake and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Apparently, this allowed Ryan to travel to France to develop their new candy recipe in secret. Another is that the rapper 5Ps, he can't possibly be a Roottree. One of his first album songs when he was performing under the devil name actually mentioned that he wanted to have sex with Raina. He changed that after he found out that was family. Not even Sam Madsen is spared. According to Overwood, the author of 6 Pieces isn't real. Sam Madsen is an anagram for madness. They're purposely leaving hints for us. He claims that by using 6 Pieces with Lauren Roottree's book as a one-time pad, he began to decrypt a cipher. Most of the cipher has been seen meaningless, but he managed to pick out the words people and vastness, and is working on figuring out what it means. There's also a request at the bottom. Next year, 2000, is a big year, and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch the Roottree red-handed in Operation RT29. He specifically mentions not to volunteer if you've ever drunk spirit cola, but he doesn't say why. All right, let's do this operation. Search. Okay, 8 months. Oh yeah, this hasn't changed. What am I missing here? I have no idea. Um, guy's not dead theory. Thank you, Lord. The guy's not dead conspiracy. Stems from a website that focuses on clues that the Roottrees have supposedly hid all over the place. That includes on candy wrappers and print advertisements and television commercials and their jingles, etc. The story, according to the website, is that Guy was a terrible president of the Roottree Company and introduced multiple failed products. Something needed to be done that would put the company immediately and instantly back in the favor of consumers. So they killed off Guy and replaced him with a new president. This move immediately garnered sympathy. The company recovered the next year, more popular than ever. The next president stayed much further out of the limelight, and some people even theorized that he was simply Guy Hudson in an elaborate disguise, which is why he stopped appearing in public. The people who run the site are asking for help. They're certain that there's a clue to all of this that accidentally leaked in the banned article from the magazine Picklety. On their page is a scan of the magazine's cover, the interview with Cicely Sanchez about Guy Hudson, and some photos. You can add them to your freaking evidence. Let's go. But first, I need to rename this. Random. Okay. Please be good. All right. This is the, oh, wait. This photo is the first from a magazine interview with Cicely Sanchez and Picklety. The issue of Picklety magazine that it came from was pulled from the shelves, but you managed to find it online. And look at the little old picture. Picklety does not label its individual photos. Both pictures went instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Roottree Company for use in her book. Huh. Cicely, did you have a child with somebody? Okay, what is okay. Start at the beginning. No. Next. Guy. Steve. The singers. No. Carl's sweetheart. Ronald. Robbie. This is okay. No. Cicely. Commission to write book. Did she have a child with a fruit tree? Let's look at this. Okay, first, this is you. Oh. There we go. Yay. Where would Cicely go? Cicely, did you have a child with Guy? Before that, confidential. Christina Farrow. The Garland. Arthur Toombs. Christine Watts. Lisa. Terry. Susan. Okay. Oh, here. This photo is the first from a magazine interview with Cicely. Wait, that's not Cicely. So who is... Okay. And Picklety. The issue of Picklety magazine that it came from was pulled from the shelves, but you managed to find it online. Picklety does not label its individual photos. Both photos were instead under the shared label. Cicely was provided these photos by the Roottree Company for use in her book. This is a Christmas party. You don't look that happy. Okay. So, next, this is you again. Susan, were you there? Were you there for the Christmas party? Please be there for the Christmas party. Confidential. New Year's Eve ball. Retirement. New Year's Eve. Christmas tree bash. Susan Ford. Okay. Please be the husband. Please be Susan. But I don't know if... Were you already married at that time? There's two. Okay, so at this time, you look upset. So, you go here. Okay. Which one was first? Okay, let's go back. This is the first photo. This is the second. I'm gonna keep it that Zach is a great man, and I'm gonna say he did not have an affair. So I'm gonna say this is you. Then I'm gonna say something's not right, because we know this is correct for sure. That's one. Wait, this is one done. We need four. This is two. This is maybe three. Oh, we'll still need one more technically. It's just who would be the final affair? I'm gonna say who was Yeah, this is but he didn't know, Chris didn't know who the woman was. Oh, Chris was young. I'm gonna... Huh. So many women. I don't know. I don't have a name, so I'm not gonna do that. I don't have a name for you either. So 1, 2, and 3. If we can get one more, will be a-okay. Okay. I don't know if that's correct either, but let's go to pickle tea. This is an interview with Cicely, the author. She was hired to write a book about Guy. You claim to have been paid a significant amount to write a book about one of the Roottrees, Guy Hudson. He was president for a short period of the end of the 1970s, right? Yes, I met him on New Year's Eve, actually. The last night of 1978. Guy liked to throw big parties. I was just coming off a changed man and looking for my next project. When his wife learned who I was, she invited me to the party and they cornered me to talk about a book. That was the first time anyone recognized me from my work. I had finally made it. The book they asked me to write sounded great, but then none of the stuff that made him interesting was allowed to stay. Chop, chop, snip, snip, and anything with even the slightest threat to Guy's image ended up gonzo. What was the stuff that made him interesting? At his core, Guy was not complicated. In fact, I think I could boil him down to 2 traits. First, he wanted to be seen as the second coming of the great Elias Roottree, and second, he'd never be satisfied living the life needed to be seen that way. He had his fortune and good looks, and he really liked to exploit that to pick up women, but he couldn't let anyone else know, so it cost him a lot to cover up. That was the only interesting aspect of Guy. He was James Bond, trying to convince people he was Mr. Rogers, I guess. Mr. Rogers, really? Maybe that's not the best metaphor, but Elias Roottree was boring as hell and all about family. Guy did everything he could to be seen that way. After I submitted my first draft, he sent me this garbage book, The Roottree Legacy, with Elias on the cover. The last time he and I met, he had even switched out his orange suits for the same green ones Elias wore. That sucked. And remember fancy flavors? Guy knew that part of Elias's legacy was the 5-piece flavors. So that's what he tried to do to caviar. So that's what he tried to do too. Caviar was a disaster here, but it was actually somewhat popular in Brazil for some reason. In Christmas 1979, he went to Brazil to open the Roottree Brazil factory. I tried to search that crap. Okay. Guy was always hopping around the world trying to recreate that success. So how come the book never came out? It's complicated. I had an out in my contract. Surprisingly, Guy signed the contract my lawyers wrote without running it by anyone in his legal department. I could pull my name off the book at any time, but Guy still got the content. After I left, it probably got a lot harder to convince any real publisher to give their time. Interview continues on the next freaking page. Let's go. He was the president, right? Do you remember why he never released it himself? If I had to guess, His family very wisely put a stop to it. Mid 1981, months after I had already moved on, he called me back and showed me a final draft. Do you know how expensive it is to publish one copy of a book? It had my name on it in big, shiny, embossed letters. Like all problems in this life, throwing money at me with his attempt to win me back. But it had half the page count, and the narrative was torn to bits. No thanks. The dinner was good. Imported steak that likely cost as much as a month of my mortgage, and we all got pretty drunk. He sent his mistress, Susie something, into the bathroom to proposition me. Guy, mistress, Susie, in 1981. And when did he die again? Because that's going to make or break a couple of things. Let's see. To proposition me. Poor girl. I remember her from our trips overseas. She was too good for him. Anyway, he died soon after. And that was the last that ever came. Oh, so she was the last mistress? Last mistress, maybe? Okay, did we figure out something with a Susie? Clark, Ron, Guy, Sam. There's so many names. Miracle, Lauren, Caroline, Stuart, Zach, Christine, Steve, Chris, Brian, no, Cicely, Kurt, Trish, Corinne, Beth, Susan, not Susie, and that's the wrong person. Oh, it was you with the Hudson way. Okay, Mark. All right, I need to go back to people. Robbie, Ron, Ruby. This is still sus. Chris. Where did I put your stuff? Lauren. Where are you? Is it Susan Ford? It is Susan Ford. Okay. Where was the... Okay, I'm gonna finish. What can you tell us about the family? No, I don't wanna. Crap, I need to finish this. So, with Susie, I put you here, but that is wrong because you go here. You guys had 2 children? Did you? I thought you had 1. Thomas Hughes. I don't know if that's right. Because then who would this man be? Let's go back. What can you tell us about the family? Any insights into the scandals from the recent book by Sam Madison? I actually haven't read it. I just skimmed the sections on Guide to see why people were suddenly calling me up to ask about the man. I say she did well for what she had to work with. She only had rumors, whereas I spent time telling him. Sometimes he knew, sometimes he didn't. He invited me to join them dealing with Roottree Brazil. But I actually had people on him when he went to Australia, France, and China too. When he met with someone, I figured out who they were and how they were involved. Doubly so if the meeting happened when he didn't want me to be around. Despite his best efforts, I got the whole truth, including things even his family never knew. For example, the daughter of his business partner in Australia. The daughter of his business partner in Australia, I think her name was Robin. Guy. Business partner. He and she definitely spent a few nights together that he didn't want his family to know about, but I did. Madison got things wrong. Sam mentions guys' affairs and treat them like most people would logically think to treat them. Like the infidelity was a problem for Patricia. When his wife first approached me though, it wasn't a talk if you get it wasn't a talk if you get my meeting. So Patricia, I was not expecting that. Interesting. Well, it's the perfect couple. Wife Patricia was in on the scandalous scene. Positioned this way. On paper and in public, it was a marriage like no other, but in reality, it was more of a mutual beneficial arrangement. Also, I wonder if Patricia was gay, was a lesbian. They both got what they wanted out of it. The same thing. What was that? I'm assuming I only have to spell it out for you to get it in writing for your readers. Women. Okay. Patricia enjoyed the company of women, and the swinger scene made that more accessible. I told her I wasn't interested in her and guy. I found out later that if I had said yes, her next question would have been whether or not her husband actually had to be there too. Guy, on the other hand, was seen in a traditional marriage and at the same time could bed any woman that found him charming. I can assure you that was exactly the type of marriage he was interested in. Okay, what is happening with this family? Susan. Is it Susan or Susie? No, it's Susan. Where is the Thomas stuff? Because I did have information on Thomas. Mary. Susan. We know someone keyed his freaking car. Or we know he did it. We do know that. Oh, he was dead. I forgot about that. Thomas Hughes. He was. Okay, that's the Hudson wing. Where is she? Bradford Tunes. That's not it. Okay. Thomas Hughes. What is... This is actually a lot of information. Ugh. Have an arrest record or something. A former student at the school. Okay, wait. 1982. Let's go to people. Let's highlight this. Deaf former student at married Susan Ford, who had an affair with Guy. Faced vehicles and school after finding out about Susan's affair. I need to 19. It was the last affair. Weeks after he married the newest teacher. She was not a teacher when he met. He graduated a few years earlier. And restraining orders. Wow. He was convinced that he was not the father of her current pregnancy. He was released on bail, and the school agreed not to press criminal charges. I need to search. Okay. Last one. Let's switch. Instead of Ford, Susan Hughes. I hope she stopped using his name because she did him dirty. Ooh. I wonder if she had the restraining order or he had the restraining order. Oh, that's freaking annoying. back to the wing. It just sucks. History. I need this crime article. Current pregnancy. Ugh. Oh. Okay. Who are you? And you, I feel like they should be the last affair, but you're the only one with a freaking picture. 1, 2, 3. Why do you have a bonus picture though? You are this. Is it kind of look the same? Let's see. Let's do. And then I don't think. I don't know if this is correct. Because why would you have this picture? I'm gonna keep it just in case. One of them's gonna be right. Let's do 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2. This doesn't count. 3. I just need one more. Why can't I get Mary's name? Her sister. I at least need a picture. Who are you? I need an older woman for sure. Pretty sure Beth is gone and that's too. Okay, let's go back. This went before. Okay, let's go back to confidential. Exactly when he would be retiring. When did 50 years. That's no way. That's Beth. Okay. Oh wait, I did get something I wanted to find. I did get new stuff. I wanted to look up, see if her book was here. Wait, what? Lauren. Okay, that's fine. It was. That's fine. And then you got the pick of Zach. Let's do Brazil factory. What's the Roottree Brazil? Thank you. Roottree Brazil. That goes under random. No businesses. Sometimes referred to as Roottree Brazil, is one of the companies created to manufacture and distribute Roottree candy. It was developed as part of the Roottree Everywhere initiative. Near at the beginning of 1979. I don't need to do that. Unlike some of the other Roottree Everywhere results, Brazil seemed to be a success. You do some rough translating and find a significant amount of information about it. Brazil was the only region in which caviar flavors, released at the end of 1978, was a hit. The primary reason that the factory still exists to this day is solely to create that flavor, which comes in its own standalone 5-piece bag with Portuguese writing. A small town named Alvagalos near the municipality of São Bernardo do Campo became the location chosen by the Roottree Candy Company after a newly elected local politician named Edson Soares heard they were planning a new factory and petitioned them in early 1979.